And then we'll be starting hopefully. Good morning. It is an honor to speak to all of you on behalf of the Women Studies program here at Florida Atlantic University. My name is Candice Britt, and I am a recent graduate from FAU, receiving my bachelor's in psychology with supplementary concentration in women's studies. Excuse me. Under the direction of exemplary and passionate professors who are clearly dedicated to this curriculum, I have been given the opportunity to learn more about my heritage as a woman in the United States than I may have ever known in a lifetime. We are here today to commemorate Women's Equality Day, the day all women, regardless if they identified as Democrats, Republicans, or Independents, stood up together because they felt that, like their male counterparts, deserved the right to vote. By these women taking a stand so many years ago, women today are ensured a voice in our government, economy, workplace, and community. Yet as I learned in my feminist perspective on gender course, there are more battles yet to be won. During my time in the Women's Studies program, it became evident to me how many people of all genders do not always see the world from a woman's perspective. I learned how the mass media has personified women as sex symbols, how women in the professional world are undercompensated in comparison to their male counterparts, how mothers are thought less of when having made the decision to stay at home and be stay-at-home mothers rather than working a full-time job, or vice versa, and how girls and women are subjected to intimate partner violence both in our country and abroad. From the outside looking in, one may hear these issues and think ignorance is bliss. Yet with this knowledge I have acquired during my time in the Women's Studies program, a fire has been lit within me that is fed by a desire to take a stand and make a difference for the women of our present, and more importantly, our future. In my final semester at FAU, a requirement in my feminist perspective on gender class, while under the direction of Professor Shireen Siddiqui, who mind you is here today, we actually had arranged, or she had arranged for all of us to be trained by a local agency, Aid to Victims of Domestic Abuse, or AVDA, to become violence prevention educators. Our assignment was to complete a presentation to a group of youth in Palm Beach County discussing teen dating violence. Upon completion of the service learning project, I knew that this was my calling. What better way to attain our goal of equality than to begin with our youth? Soon after graduating, I received word from Professor Siddiqui that a position had opened with AVDA. I interviewed sometime later, and am now soon to be employed as a violence prevention educator in Palm Beach County. Also, as a direct result of my experiences in the program, I have changed my major to social work with specialization in women's studies in order to counsel our youth regarding the multifarious inequalities that will one day be eradicated from our society. Yet I can only be so inclined to make such a bold statement with the hope that students after me will have the opportunity to learn about the past, present, and future of women as I have. The Women's Studies program has turned me into a more educated, knowledgeable woman, and ultimately assisted me in finding a career that allows me to do my part in ensuring true equality with regard to one facet in an array of inequalities that must be identified and resolved. In order to make the changes necessary in our society that will bring about women's equality in all areas of life, we must all realize the importance of education, as well as our delegation of representation. Starting today, we can embark on this journey by supporting the Advisory Council of Women's Sex and Gender Studies at FAU to ensure quality education can continue here in Palm Beach County. And secondly, we must do our part to make sure every woman, regardless of her party affiliation, exercises her right to vote. Thank you.